very medical. It has medical properties and it can heal multiple diseases.
You can see the beautiful pictures.
And thousands of Sivalingas, small Sivalingas placed all around this Vaidya Sarovar.
You can see the Shringi
And the people working and keeping and maintaining it.
maintaining the place and preparing it.
All of this you can see. The Navapasan Linga was made by Devi, was established by Swamiji himself way back. And Swamiji actually has consecrated it. And he was energized it. And he was like he himself micromanaged and made by his own hands. Whole thing was done by him.
We can see in the subsequent slides the pictures of how Swamiji around almost 12 years ago had energized the stone and the various components of what we see today as the Vaidya Sarovar and the Ananda Linga.
All these pictures you can see, Swamiji was himself sitting, doing everything and making sure that everything goes perfect without anything missing. For that he knew that it is going to be the savior in the coming future.
And please understand, it's a 20 feet solid granite stone linga. It is not, just imagine the kind of effort which has gone into making it happen.
Also, you can see the large open space in Biddi campus where you can do recreational activities.
Yoga, Malakamba, Kundalini Raju, you name it.
And also you can see the cleanliness of the whole campus that is being done to make sure that everyone enjoys it.
We see the Vaidyas collecting herbs, important herbs, which is required for helping us during these difficult times.
You can see the cleanliness, all these pictures.
You can see the team of the Adi Kailasha and other monasteries and other parts of the monastery making various preparations across various parts of the monastery and preparing it for the COVID quarantine facility.
You can see the people enjoying their morning spiritual routine. Everything is so beautifully being maintained, clean, and kept up to date for the people who are coming inside to live and enjoy the facilities given by the Adi Kailasa.
You can see how rapidly the whole preparation is happening, and for hundreds of people, this entire facility is being created in a matter of an eye blink.
Yes. The Devi once seemed blessed that people will be coming. Immediately, the whole preparation started. And
people also started jumping in.
Yes. Devi has revealed the 8 ways to protect themselves to beat the coronavirus. One of them was praying and meditating on me, surrendering to me through social media. Where we say me, it means Devi Parashakti. Wherever I am residing, worshipping me by doing fire walking, applying turmeric on chest, drinking neem juice and meditating on me every day, being in unclutched state and filling with eternal bliss, doing ajapa japa of the cosmic sounds, Shiva, 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 with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in heels and going to sleep, and being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the Arunachalam Swarnam that blossoms as Aham, Aham, in the state of Ananda Swarna.
Swamiji has also mentioned that we will also be providing health-related things like Ayurvedic herbs free of charge. And we see in this pictures how Swamiji himself in 2018 particularly was creating herbs and documenting it through videos and programs. Swamiji has also mentioned that multi-level quarantine, multi-layer quarantine, this will be ensured
at Adi Kailasa. Actually, our medical team is so well planned. They have planned multi-layer quarantine. There's a first layer, second layer, and third layer. The outer layer will be the person who will be interacting with the outer world. Like if some food is coming, some item is coming, they will only be interacting with them. And once someone is entered into the Adi Kailasa, they will be living in quarantine facility where there will be no contact.
Never contacting anybody from outside.
Yes. So the first layer, the second layer will be the people who are living who has come in were tested for COVID negative, and now they are living in quarantine for 15 days period. After that, when they are found without any symptom and found COVID negative, they will be entering into the core of the Adinam.
So let us just revisit the entire facility. First, people come with a COVID negative. So we know already they are COVID negative. But there's a one more layer of protection that people still need to go, in spite they are COVID negative. They have to go through a 15-day quarantine where they are checked for any further miss, and making it double sure that they are not COVID infected or any other possible concern. And then they are allowed to mix with the rest of the Adi Kailasha. And when we are saying once you are part of the first layer itself, you are cut off from the outside world, so you don't see anybody, you don't interact with anybody. And when you come into the next layer, similarly, you don't see anybody. Not only you see the people from outside, you also don't see people who are in the intermediate level of quarantine. But please understand, if required, if you feel that the COVID has subsided or you have any special work which is critical for you, we don't know what it might be, and you need to go out, you are welcome. You can go out. And whenever you feel you need to come back, you can come back. There is nothing stopping you. Just you will have to undergo the 14-15-day quarantine again. There is nothing other than that. You need to get COVID tested again and again go through the quarantine period. But there is nothing stopping you from going in or going out. But
anytime, or
anytime.
anyone is free to go in, go out anytime, whenever you want. Just
But
you need to have the COVID-19 negative certificate.
But at the same time, we are also ensuring you do not even see the face of anybody once you are inside. So please don't have the idea that you are being cut off from the outer world. It is actually a win-win situation where you are cut off from the outer world for the very precise reason of protecting you from COVID, but you are also enabled to go out to the world if required. Now the choice is yours.
And when you are quarantined in a house, you are quarantined in some rooms. You do not have that much space. But in Adi Kailasa, you get such vast space. See, all level of quarantine, they have open space where you can do the recreational activities. You can walk, you can jog, you can do all the activities, and you can enjoy the beautiful sky from the Adi Kailasa that you are seeing in some of the pictures being projected.
You see how the dormitories have been prepared and enabled.
All these things are done so that anyone who is coming, they feel at home, they feel secure, they feel good. The hospitality.
And naturally, that is why you see so beautiful pictures of everybody smiling, and small children and very elderly people with white hair and some toddlers, both of them living with a happy smiling face. That just explains things beyond what words can explain, the bliss which is there in Adi Kailasa.
You can see the organic farming being done in Adi Kailasa. You can also actually enjoy it. Many people like to do the gardening. You can also do this.
It is not
enjoy.
Just a stress buster. Actually, when we touch the soil, mother gets the bio signals from us, and she produces precisely those nutrients which are required for our body. This is a science, and it has also been confirmed by the contemporary science.
These beautiful pictures that you are seeing, this is how the Adi Kailasa looks, and you will enjoy this. You will feel so blissful here. So you can actually go ahead and sign up to become to join in for the preventive quarantine. You can see the link in the scrolls, and you can sign up, or you can message any of our social media managers on the YouTube channel, and they will be very happy to reach out to you and tell you how you can sign up to come to Adi Kailasa. All these beautiful pictures.
Very beautiful pictures of organic farming and all the organic produce from our organic farms.
You can see the Nityanand, this Siddha, he working and giving the
medicines, the herbs required for the people in quarantine, the kashayam, the herbal tea which is required for our good health. You can see the sanitizers and masks
being distributed free of cost in Adi Kailasa. Everyone has got the N95 face mask and the hand sanitizers.
You can see such beautiful faces of small children and adults. Everybody smiling. You can see the fire extinguishers being prepared, refilled, and you can see the yellow tag, which is a sign that these are
tested,
completely tested and sealed and ready.
You can see the number of fire extinguishers available here. So
whatever the pictures could capture.
Yes, no stone is left unturned to make sure that your stay in Adi Kailasa is safe, happy, blissful, and joyful.
Just like for a sneeze, you have a HOD of a big hospital, a big cardiologist, just for a sneeze. Like that kind of I should say more than a like a royal facility we are getting through Swamiji's grace.
You can see how the whole fire extinguishers were tested and made to proved that are workable and serviceable.
This truth appeared from Paramashiva. Make your body and life alive, filled with consciousness. Mind is obsessive compulsive reaction. It is nothing but a bunch of unconscious reactions. Do not try to sympathize with the mind. Make your body and life alive. That is the only priority for all of you. This was what Swamiji had shared with all of us. And what the message is, Swamiji is just emphasizing again and again for us to be healthy. So with this, we come to the end of this segment, and Kailasha is extending the opportunity and possibility for a practical and workable, happy quarantine, resulting in health, joy, and bliss. And it was extremely pleasing, I should say, Manishji, with all the disturbing news about COVID. This is the only thing,
the positive news,
the
silver line in the darkness, that Swamiji has opened all 12 centers where people can come and they can avail the facilities of the preventive quarantine. So just like how Swamiji with folded hands has been asking us to please those who are disciples, Swamiji is giving an instruction, and those who are well-wishers or who might not be disciples, to them he's humbly requesting. In fact, he's himself saying he's begging people to quarantine themselves and protect themselves. So we are also extending our humble request to everybody. Please protect yourself, stay safe, and live a blissful life. Thank you so much for joining us. So in this next segment, we will be having a quick interaction with the people who have already joined Adi Kailasa. We will sing their testimonials, and we will be moving on to the next part of the segments towards the Parashakti Akashic reading. So stay tuned and wait for the next segment. Thank you so much for joining in. Nityananda.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnation, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But the Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifest the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifest the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnation, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Nityananda, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us again. And this next segment is going to be a very interesting segment where we hear directly from participants of the Parashakti Akashic reading, and we'll hear from them how just a few words, the Akashic records, the reading of the Akashic records has made a huge impact in their individual life. First, I'd like to welcome Sri Murali Ayya from Australia. Thank you so much for joining us. I know this is a little late for you in the night, and thank you so much for taking the time and joining us today. So, Murali Ayya, first to start with, I request you to give a brief introduction of yourself, where you're from and what you do, and just how long you have been following Swami. Please go ahead, Ayya.
Basically, I'm from India, Hyderabad, but I moved to New Zealand like almost 10 years, and then from there moved to Australia. It's been like 1 year here, and Australia 1.5 year. So yeah, I'm staying in Melbourne, and I'm connected with the Swamiji from like around 2010 or 11. Around 2011, first time I met him. I did Pada Puja, and 2012 I did IA, and my journey was continuing with Swamiji since then.
Beautiful, Ayya. Thank you so much. Now, when you first heard about the Parashakti's Akashic readings, what was your first thought? What do you think about
it? Your voice break there.
I'm sorry about that. Sorry about the technical glitch. Are you able to hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I was asking, when you first heard about the Parashakti Akashic reading, what was your first thought? What did you think? What was it? What was going on in your mind? What you thought you should ask first?
Actually, I was trying to put my question, and then I was waiting. It was almost end of the session. I think so. It's more than an hour or something. But I was a bit desperate. I need to ask something. I need to ask this question. Since 1 month or like that, I was trying. Just casually, I used to put it on YouTube. Pay a little bit, like a donation, and then and then I was trying, and today also it was almost the end, end of the day. I didn't even hear, and suddenly I saw a message Ma Devi has called my name, Tadastu. I felt so happy, that the confidence, it generates in my inner space. That is the main thing, the confidence on life and everything around you, like Ma has graced me, Devi has graced me. That is enough. I can do anything peacefully, and with confidently I can face the life like that. That's what I felt.
Beautiful, Ayya. So we understood that you immediately the confidence that you had in yourself got a big boost when you heard that Swamiji, rather Devi Parashakti manifesting herself in the Supreme Body of Hinduism gave that blessing for you. I want to ask you, is there anything that you did in preparation for the Devi Akashic reading, for the Parashakti Akashic reading?
Preparation. I was trying since one month. I was trying each week, whenever get a chance, while I was working or something, I got a system beside me, so just I used to watch, and slowly I used to put so pay a little bit, and then put at least one question like that. I used to ask different questions, and today it was bit intense. I was feeling at least you should answer. I was feeling in my inner space, and then what I did is didn't, because today I was at home, and then what I did, like, my mother passed away like few years before. Then I went to my mother's photo, and then I asked her, like, mother, you are mother, and Devi is also my mother. Huh? Like, I felt in that way, and then you should answer me, like, if a child is, like, not like, if a child is asking, like, mother never says no, like that, in that space I was there, like, mother, you want to say no, like, in that space I was holding that one. And then I asked something, like, at least let's wait and see, like that I was. But I prayed my mother also, and then Devi also, like, at least answer ma, like that, like I was having that intention. And also I saw that beetle nut, like small nut. Swamiji, I remember saying, like, at least offer something, like, a beetle nut, or, like a banana or something. I felt something. I saw that one immediately. I kept touch my mobile, like, the small little bit. Okay, whatever is there, I'll do it. Just put it with an answer or not. It might be a little bit silly, but I kept the two beetle nuts in front of the, my mobile. And then suddenly I saw, this coming, like the Tadasu coming up from Devi. That's it. Yeah, that's the thing.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful, yeah. And exactly how the Swamiji has said, the strongest connection, the earliest connection that we have is always with our mother. And that connection, we can very simply and very easily connect with the cosmic mother, which is the Devi Parashakti. And the second thing that you mentioned, of course, any offering that you make to our Devi Parashakti, out of your love, it doesn't matter what you did. And Swamiji even mentioned, it really doesn't matter, even if you put like 1 cent, the US 1 cent, or anything at all, it doesn't matter, just make an offering. So you will actually start relating with Devi Parashakti because she is actually right there. So, so beautiful. Thank you for bringing that out again. And the last thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you think your life will change from today after you receive this blessing?
Like, I feel very confident now, confident, and I want to, like, because Ma Devi Parashakti blessings are there. Like, I'll explore in all directions. It's not like one thing. Like, I decided, like, I want to experience life in each and everything, like whatever I do, like whether it may be at home or with my kids or wife or at my workplace or whomever I meet, whatever things I do, like, I'll be doing in, like, like life positive way, in that way, like, in Ma Parashakti graces are there. So not in a fear, like, not with a fear, with a joy, I want to live the life. That is a confident, that only small thoughts also is so much relief. I get it from the Devi.
It's so beautiful. Yeah. Just another way, another possible exemplification of how Devi Parashakti takes us out of our default future. Because left to ourselves, where we go to and what is the life that we will create for ourselves is the default future that we will have. And it is usually based on our fear or the unnecessary greed that we collect. But here, Devi Parashakti, just through our Akashic reading, has altered the future, and she has created a new, redesigned your future and created a new possibility for you. So that's so beautiful, and it's so beautiful to see you. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us this beautiful transformation that is happening right in the front of our eyes. How Devi Parashakti is just transforming lives of devotees and disciples through the supreme quantum of Hinduism, one life at a time. Thank you so much. Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us, with all our viewers?
That's it. I should say thank you for the opportunity. I was a bit shy to come, but yeah, at least I need to tell something to whoever is viewing. Just have that, like, that intense feeling, like how you feel with your mother. That's the only thing I felt today. Like, you see Devi as your own mother. Whoever likes, mother, I know whoever likes their own mother, how they feel. So just have that feeling. That's the only thing I can say. Like, have that same mother feeling. Don't see anything like you see your mother, and through your mother you see Devi, and then you ask question. That's the only thing I did. I feel very happy. Huh? That's it. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.
And thanks for this extraordinary sharing, this amazing sharing, and I'm sure those who are watching us will definitely benefit from how you approached Devi Parashakti with its sweet surrender of relating with your own mother, then relating with Devi Parashakti as the cosmic mother. So thank you so much, Aya, once again for coming at the
Thank you.
time of the night rather for Australia and joining us and sharing with us. And I hope that we'll hear more from you in the near future also. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Now, as it happens, today is World Families Day. Sorry for the technical glitch. Today is the World Families Day, and as we see, Swamiji has opened the doors of Adi Kailasha as a protective and preventive COVID care center, and we have seen so many families who have flocked and taken Adi Kailasha as their new home at this point, and Devi Parashakti manifesting herself as the Nijavatara in the Supreme Body of Hinduism, Jagat Mahasamidana, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Parameshivam, has very clearly said again and again and keeps reminding us every day that Adi Kailasha is the cosmic ship, is the only possible way, possible place that we can be saved from the pandemic. And especially in India, how the third wave that is coming up is going to be a big danger for all of us. Now, when we think of families, when we think of the concept of the institution of family, we always think about the care and protection. So now we have with us joining Sri Naveen, and who is now in Adi Kailasha, and he's here to share with us his experiences of what it has been, particularly in how he has been able to come to Adi Kailasha along with his whole family and be in the safe and protected environment of Adi Kailasha. Nityananda Naveen, thank you so much for joining us. Are you able to hear us?
Nityananda Maya. Nityananda Swami.
Nityananda, thank you so much for joining us, Aya. I know you are in Adi Kailasha and you're probably in the midst of something. And please tell us, Aya, please give us a short introduction of yourself for the sake of our viewers, where you're from and what you do and how long you have been with Swamiji. Naveen, are you able to hear us? While we wait for the what seems like a connectivity issue with Naveen to resolve, we have been looking at today being the World Families Day. And when we think of families, as we just mentioned, we always think about the safe protection and care that we extend to our families. And this has been phenomenal in how Adi Kailasha has extended its doors and opened up its doors under the guidance and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to pretty much everybody. And people from all over the world, in fact, all over India, have started to come and started to live and stay here in Adi Kailasha. And we've been speaking with Sri Naveen, who is one of the families who have come and joined us. And it's like we still have some connectivity issues. But essentially, we've seen so many of the families who have already come and made Adi Kailasha as their home. And they've been enjoying their accommodation, the food, the amazing Ayurvedic food, and the essential medical supplies that the Swamiji has personally instructed so that all of that can be saved and kept in stock. So whatever eventuality may come can be immediately addressed. And of course, we've been watching how the medical facilities, including the ambulances, the availability of even ICU on wheels, all of that are getting ready and made available. And looks like we have Sri Naveen back with connection. Nityananda Bhaiya, are you able to hear me now?
Nityanandam, yeah.
Nityananda, looks like we had a technical difficulty. Thank you so much for joining us back. And just wanted to ask you, just to start with, can you please give us a brief introduction of yourself, where you're from and what you do, and how long you have been following songs?
I'm basically from Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli. Actually, I am connected to Swami last 1.5 years. I actually attended Paramashivogam level 2 in Madurai with Swamiji. This is my first program with Swamiji actually. I'm directly starting with Paramashivogam level 2. And after that, before I worked in abroad.
Great, thank you so much. And
in Qatar for 5 years, and I am married. And
sorry, are you able to hear me?
Yes. So, after that, once I go to my home, I regularly saw all the Swamiji videos, do the routine yoga, puja, everything I do, listen to the satsang. So recently, about the Swamiji, Swamiji was saying that the outer world is not very safe. So the second wave, third wave, corona. So also after listening to Swamiji, I decided to shift back my Swami to my home, from my home to Adi Kailasa. So I decided it's very safe compared to my home, particularly about the multi-level quarantine. So initially, my wife, she is also very hesitating. But once we come and settle there, now 4 days over. Now she is also very safe here, and I am also very safe. My kid is also enjoying. They have the new family members also. So it is very safe, Adi Kailasa. Until the corona is over.
Looks like we've lost him again, and it's like some difficulty with the internet connectivity. So essentially, what we have heard from Sri Naveen says that he has found Adi Kailasha as a sleep place, and he has been here about 4 days now, and he has been living here with his family with his wife and kid. And how we've also heard from him about how things are outside, essentially how it is much safer to be inside. How Swamiji has been consistently telling us that it is not going to be safe outside. The multi-level quarantine is not going to be enforced outside. We will not be able to do a home quarantine ourselves in an effective way. So only the multi-level quarantine that Adi Kailasha has put in place will be the safest for us to stay. And Naveen, looks like we are back with you. Please tell us what was important for you in terms of keeping your family, just being together as a family here in Adi Kailasha. How did that decision come?
As a family, means, for example, now the situation is very worse, second wave of corona. So in this case, for example, if we stay in our home, we can be safe. I am not saying it's not safe, we can be safe. But anyway, the problem is one person has to go outside for anything, for groceries or anything. That is the risk point. And another thing, we have children. This week, how many days we can, there is also no school, no entertainment, nothing is there. Anyway, we are going to locked up in only one room. So I thought it's better. The Swamiji Ashram is completely better, and we can get many friends also. And my child also get another relationship. They can, because no school, no tuition, nothing is there. So they can build up the new relationships also. So anyway, it's going to be better. So that is the main reason I thought that is.
excellent. And how is it? How are you enjoying the ambience of Adi Kailasha, especially living around the temple and being around the temple and so on? Right now, I understand you will be in a quarantine area, but how important is it for you to live around a temple-based environment?
Yeah, no, actually, we are in 14 days quarantine. So we are not, only after 14 days, we will be able to mingle with the most of the Kailashans and other members. So right now we have little access. In that also we are enjoying. We are having healthy organic food. And our accommodations also very good. Every facilities we have. And small work, whatever assigned to us, we are also doing that very happily. So after the 14 days, our activities will be more, like we'll be going to temple, we'll do the regular activities like puja regularly. So we'll be enjoying. We don't have to think about corona and all. It's completely safe environment.
And how about when Devi Parashakti shared about the Adi Kailasha ship, which is the 21 feet Ananda Lingam? What were your thoughts? What were you thinking about it? Navinaya, were you able to hear us?
Yes, yeah, I can hear. Yes, tell me.
So before we conclude, I just wanted to ask you about Devi Parashakti talking about the Adi Kailasha ship, the 21 feet Ananda Lingam that will start or come to its optimal healing capacity on Guru Purnima. Tell us about that. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, Swamiji said the 21 feet, the linga is will be the protective. That means it will help people. We can take a holy dip and have the tirtha. It is the only solution to save the people from corona. And also some activities are there. So we'll be coordinating the volunteering activities we will be doing, and we'll preparing the 21 feet linga. And Swamiji said within Guru Purnima we'll make it ready, and all the project, everything is going on. So maybe whatever people will be accommodating, because all the accommodation is ready, everything day by day the work is going out. So people also, everybody is doing their job. So we are expecting more people, and it will be very good for solution for the COVID.
And especially, what is it that you would like to share with our viewers, especially for families just like yours? What would you tell them?
The families, because I'm thinking this every family they can come to Adi Kailasha, because during this crisis, even the home, if you stay, you cannot go out. Even the nearest, you are afraid because they have COVID. Even 1 or 2 homes, they have COVID positive, or you are also afraid because the fear is there. But here, because there is multi-level quarantine, first they are 14 days quarantine, next the 2-3 levels are there. So it is very safe. Environment is very safe. We can consider as a spiritual tour. That's why my message to all the family members, they can come with their family members, kids, everybody. They can enjoy here as a spiritual tour.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining us. And we hope to hear from you your direct experiences from Adi Kailasha, as you are there already, and enjoying the spiritual ambience opened up by its great body of Hinduism. Thank you so much, Aya.
Thank you, Nityanandam Swami. Nityanandam.
And with that, we'll conclude this segment where we heard from participants of the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading and people who have already made that journey to Adi Kailasha and be in the protective and preventive COVID care Swamiji and sustained by Swamiji. Now we'll take a short break and then we'll join for the next segment.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Nityanam, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. So in this session, we are going to be learning about the various offerings that we can make onto Devi Parashakti. In this session, also you will get to learn the various offering which is described in the Hindu scriptures, which is Vedas and Agamas, and the various and the context with which you need to make the offering onto Devi Parashakti, so that all your prayers are accepted, your karmas are accepted, and you receive the blessings, boon, the very enlightenment itself from Devi Parashakti. So without any delay, let's enter into the session. So let us first understand the context, the significance of offering. Offering, which is a giving of divine gift of pure love, devotion, oneness, and it consists of two parts. So whenever you are making the offering, you have to have the context, you have to have the space of pure love, devotion, and oneness. From that space only one is supposed to be making the various offering onto Devi Parashakti. All the offerings have the two parts. One,
where you are going to be giving to Devi Parashakti, and second is acceptance by the divine. Understand, only when the divine accepts what you offer, the offering becomes complete. Offering should not be made out of the fear or out of greed. So whenever you are making the offering, ensure that you are not entertaining any kind of thought current of fear or greed. If you are having, work on and drop that fear and greed, bring the space of pure love, devotion, oneness, pure space of gratitude, and from that space only make the offering unto Devi Parashakti, so that she accepts and blesses you with all the boons and blessings that you need. Understand, when the avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the only purpose of enlightenment. So all the offering that you are making has only one purpose, is you being blessed with the enlightenment, you being blessed with the conscious breakthrough. So understand, every offering that you are making is going to be bringing a conscious breakthrough to you, conscious evolution to you, and ultimately enlightenment itself. So with us, we have Srinitya Mangalam Maharaj also joining. So Maharaj, welcome
Yes,
to
thank
this
you so much,
session.
Srinitya Ramanathan. Thank you so much, Srinitya Ramanathan Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. Yes, please go ahead, Maharaj.
Here we have the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. Indhuni bhavedagaravanhi nayanam syat panchavakara bhaya japakshara yuktam angahim abhushana vichitravasanam syat tungama kutodjvala manonmani swarupam.
The meaning of the Dhyana Sloka is moon-like face holding the Veda on hand, fire in the eyes, with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands and one hand with the Japamala. Beautifully decorated with the jeweled ornament in the wonderful clothes and shining, being crowned. Her name is Manonmani.
Here we have another Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. Jayet Devim Trinetram Shashini Bhavadanam Vedahastam Dhadanam Sevye Padmam Varadamapare Chabhayam Chakshamalam Divyera Bharanair Vibhushitatanum Brahmadibhif Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmani Pratidinam Kamarthadatrim Shubha.
The meaning of this Dhyana Sloka is, I meditate on Devi with the three eyes glowing like the moon and holding Vedas, lotus, and gracing with the blessing and the gracing hand. She is wearing beautiful ornament. She is worshipped by Brahma and the other many gods and shower auspicious boons for all the actions every day. Understand, this is the Dhyana Sloka, means the sloka on which you can meditate on the Devi herself. You can meditate on the very form of Devi by understanding this Dhyana Sloka and bringing the space of oneness with the Devi Parashakti herself, which will help you to be in the right space to make the offering unto Devi Parashakti.
Let us now understand the significance of the divine element gold. This is taken from the Atharva Veda, the Shastra Pramana, and the translation goes as such. The triply born by birth is this gold from the atoms of Agni, is one, it becomes dearest to Agni, one fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. When they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha, watery molecules, let triple gold be for your long life. Gold is a divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing as well as enlightenment. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse the sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity.
Gold is present in all the scriptures, whether it is Vedas, Agama, Shruti, Smriti, Itihasa, or Purana. So when we go through the various scriptures, specifically the Shastra, in all the Shastra where the Kriya Pada, the various homas, Abhishekam, rituals, consecrations are mentioned, in all those places you find the various references on the uses of the gold. Understand, in all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is most auspicious and purest metal, which purifies our being itself. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in the gold, exchanged in the gold, ritual feasts were offered in the gold bricks. All these feasts are in the form of gold brick has been mentioned in the various Kriyapada, the Agama and Veda. Understand, when one was to be saved from the life-threatening illness, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with a huge door of gold. The street would have huge column and huge archways made of the gold. Horses, cows were dressed in the gold. So while the Hindu civilizations was living on the truths of the Vedas and Agama, when the economics was followed from the Vedic and Agamic scriptures, the principles of Veda and Agama, we had very rich and wealthy, prospering civilization, a civilization where the gold was used extensively, not just a little bit, as just like the jewelry in present day we use, but it was extensively used even in the architecture, buildings, and all sorts of things.
The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of the river of Ganga, thrived on the banks of the river of gold. The Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartini in the Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones who you love and the ones who you revere. Temples were constructed and paved in gold. Deities were made in gold as well as decked, adorned in golden ornaments, golden jewelry, because it is gold, the metal preserving the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. The energy which is preserved in gold lasts forever. Thus, everything in Hinduism, be it the temples, be it the deities, be it the jewelry which is put on the deity, all of that was made out of gold.
So now we will enter into the various offering that you can make onto Devi Parashakti. So the very first offering is e-hundi, where you can make any amount of donation based on your Shraddha, your capacity. So Devi is fond of the true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can win over through the true devotion. She removes all the fear.
Making the e-hundi offering removes all the fear in the mind of the devotee. It is said that Devi likes to be worshipped in the season of autumn. We need to understand that in this context, autumn should be taken as our lives when our thoughts become more and more inwards, when our thoughts start looking more introspecting, more and more into ourselves. The role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship becomes stronger in us. That is the context which is meant as Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here we have some of the words translated for us. Shambhavi means the consort of Shambhu, Lord Mahadeva. Sharadharadhya means worshipped by Sharada, which is another name for Devi Saraswati. Sharvani means the wife of Lord Paramashiva. The Linga Puranam says that Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earthen form. Sharmadayini, Devi, who bestows happiness on devotees. You can offer your gratitude as well as your devotion to Devi Parashakti by simply offering your kanika, your name, and it will be chanted during the puja to Devi Parashakti.
The next in the offerings is Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution. The goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. This is from the Devi Mahatmya, 12th chapter. So offering the sankalpa, conscious resolution, blesses the person, offering with all fruition of the desires and wishes he is yearning for. You can make this offering by visiting the link tiny.cc/devi-offerings. This is $1.
The next offering which we have to Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Nama Swarna Kasu. Is the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu. This offering made to Devi Parashakti is placed at 3 different prices, starting from $75 US, $151 US, and $251 US. So actually, this offering is taken from the Lalita Sahasranamam 731st verse, where it is mentioned that Devi Parashakti Lalita is the Nama Parayana Prita, is the one who likes the repetition of her various names. Making this offering is equivalent to offering the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It is a very unique and special offering, Archana, done to the Mahameru of Devi. Offer a gold coin inscribed with each of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti, and by making this offering, you will receive the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, which are all the divine qualities, the divine auspiciousness of Devi Parashakti. Again, to make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu to Devi Parashakti, you can visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings.
The next we have is Mukta Anguti, finger ring with a pearl. The translation says, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garland of pearl and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with a gemstone and has a small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So this offering you can make by paying $251, $501, or $750. This is available in the 3 denominations. You can choose anyone and make your offering.
Offering the pearl finger ring to Devi Parashakti will bless the Yajaman with her compassion, her love, and success in all of her business endeavors. Again, to make this offering of the Mukta Anguti, which is the finger ring with pearl, placed at 3 different prices, $251 US, $501 US, and $750 US. All you need to do is visit the link which is being projected, tiny.cc/Devi-offerings.
The next is Swarna Padma Pushpa, golden lotus. The Kamikagma says that all the kalasas should be wound around with a suitable thread and covered with the new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold.
There are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on the lotus through various mudras and asanas used during the worship involving the lotus flower, lotus leaf, lotus perikard, lotus petals. The lotus is an extremely divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called as a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is a lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is considered to be a lotus about to blossom, about to bloom. Offering the golden lotus in any size you wish, Yajaman will be blessed with the state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in your life. To make this offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, which is the golden lotus, placed at $600 US, all you need to do is visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. offerings.
The next is a Swarnametti gold toe ring. The translation says, "You whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotee, who prostrate at your feet, you whose brightness from your 2 feet." So you can make this offering by visiting the link tiny.cc/devi-offering. This cost $750.
Offering the toe ring to Devi Parashakti to adorn her sacred feet and be in the constant gratitude for receiving her blessings, even in the most difficult aspects of our life.
The next is a Swarna Mantika gold hairline jewelry. It says, "She who makes nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara." That means she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mantika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully open. You can make this offering to Devi Parashakti by visiting the link tiny.cc/devi-offerings. This costs $750.
She who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara chakra, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. Shuddha Varshini. Devi is described as the one who is the Kundalini Shakti who rises till our Sahasrara chakra. Offering the Mantika to Devi Parashakti will bless the Yajaman for achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude as well as the space of complete completion in their lives. To make this offering of the Swarna Mantika, which is the golden hairline jewel, it's at $750. All you need to do is visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings.
The next is Pratyaksha Pada Puja. The illuminating splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of ignorance in the devotees prostrating at her feet. Her feet defeat the lotus in beauty. The sloka number 83 of Saundarya Lahari, which states that the nail have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial being, who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness. In this astotram, tamas is indicative of ignorance in the mind of the devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. Offering the Pratyaksha Pada Puja blesses the Yajman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Sri Nityananda Paramshiva. So you can make that offering of Pratyaksha Pada Puja by paying $1,008.
The next offering which we have is the Vastra Seva, placed at $1,080 as well. This Shastra Praman is also taken from the Saundarya Lahari. In offering this Vastra Seva to the Lord, to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will bless the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Swamiji himself. To make this offering of the Vastra Seva, Swamiji, Devi Parashakti, all you need to do is visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings.
So now let us look at all the various offering which is available for all of you to offer to Devi Parashakti out of pure love, devotion, and the space of oneness. The first being e-hundi. You can make any amount of offering. In the e-hundi, you just have to visit the tiny.cc/Devi-offering. So once you visit that link, you will get all the options in the drop-down menu, and you can select for any of these offerings, any of these sevas to Devi Parashakti. The next is Sankalpa chanting, which is the offering of conscious resolution, which is $1. Devi Sahasranama Kasu, pure gold coin, each with one sacred name of Devi Parashakti from 1008 names. So you can make this offering in the denomination of $75, $157, and $251. Then is Mukta Anguthi, pearl finger ring. You can make this offering by 251, 501 and 750 USD dollar. Next is Swarna Padma Pushpa, gold lotus flower. You can make this offering by paying $600, $1,200 and $1,800 USD dollar. The next is Swarna Methi, gold touring. You can make this offering by paying $750. Next, Swarna Mantika. Also, you can make this offering by paying $750. The next is Pratyaksha Pada Puja and Vastra Seva. For both the offering, you will have to make the payment of 1,008 USD dollar for each.
Now, when we are making these offerings to Devi Parashakti, there are two ways which we can go about it. The first being the registration form, where you can make these offerings right here, right now, today itself. Or you have an intention to offer these specific sevas, but you need more clarification, or you need more details, or you need help manifesting this. So for those of you who need help in manifesting these offerings, to make these offerings to Devi Parashakti, you can visit the link tiny.cc/Bhava Samadhi. For those of you who are ready to make this payment right now to Devi Parashakti of any of the offerings which we have gone over today, you can visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And for those who have made the offering, please last link, which is tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021, where you submit your names and your family details for the puja, so that the Yajaman's names can be chanted out in the Sankalpa mantra in the resolution of the puja. So the Yajaman and his family will be blessed with the benefits of offering this puja. Again, if you want more details, help in manifesting any of these offerings, you can visit the link tiny.cc/Bhava Samadhi. If you're ready to make the payment right now, you can visit the link. You can visit the next link, which is tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And once you have made the payment, please visit the link tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021, where you can submit your family details for the temple priest, the temple pujacharyas, to chant your names in the Sankalpa, so that the Yajaman will be blessed to receive the offerings to Devi Parashakti. Please do take a few minutes and spend some time in either registering or making the online payment for any of these sevas.
नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् Parashakti. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you, You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. The only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Nityanam everyone. So now we'll be back to the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So let's get ready to receive Paramashiva, receive Parashakti. In this session, we'll understand the context of Bhava Samadhi Darshan, the details and what is the context that you need to hold upon to have the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, to receive the Darshan of the ultimate. So Bhava Samadhi Darshan is not an event in the space and time. Rather, Darshan happens at the moment when we are lifted out of space and time. During Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neuron mirror that of the avatar. So now we will watch one video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramasham, enlighten us on the mirror neuron.
I am introducing one of the important sacred secret, a spiritual principle to all of you. Please listen, the keyword, mirror neurons. Let me explain the concept. Then we will recognize many of our understandings with this truth. As I said, recognizing is recognizing. Mirror neurons. Very recently, I was studying a research paper where they beautifully established with various analysis, researchers on a very powerful truth. For example, if somebody is swimming in the ocean, you stand and watch. Whatever brain activity is happening in that person's brain, whatever activity is happening in his brain, in his neurons, please listen. Even if you are watching, the same activities are mirrored in your brain. The same neuron activities are mirrored in your brain. Listen. If you are watching totally, the same effect is mirrored totally in you. If you are absorbed in it, you also know a little swimming. Please listen. If you know a little swimming and you are absorbed in it, you are not swimming, you are just standing. Both brains are in the same frequency, the same effect, and no difference. Listen. If somebody is swimming in the ocean, you are standing and watching. If you don't know swimming, if you are not completely absorbed in it, maybe some 80% is mirroring. If you are absorbed in it and you also know swimming, there is no difference at all between his brain and your brain. The mirroring effect, I tell you, if you are watching totally absorbed in it, then the same activity is replicated in your brain, meaning the same kind of electric and neurotic impulses are activated in your brain. This defines, this demystifies many mystical phenomena. Please listen. Now you know why just by gazing into my eyes, you are in the space of completion. Why just looking at me, you are in the space of completion. I am swimming in the ocean of consciousness in the space of completion. Even the so-called moments of my screaming, whether I am smiling, telling a joke, or that is why even if you are absorbed in what I am doing, even if you are absorbed in the jokes I am telling you, even if you are absorbed in the actions, like very mundane, me serving food, or ordinary actions, walking, sitting, talking, joking, even in the ordinary actions. See, you will not get 100% absorbed in me if I am just sitting in samadhi. But if I am doing normal activities like you will feel comfortable. Oh, like us. Naturally, you will get absorbed. Even that feeling absorbed will put you in the space of completion. This is the reason why the gold, diamond, silk are all put on the deity. Even if you absorb all that ornaments, even that puts you in the space of completion. Usually you do not have the 100% capacity to listen or be absorbed with the happening called life. But if you start doing both, your whole 100% will be on me. How many of you are getting it? Only listening 100% you will not be able to do. Only absorbing 100% you won't be able to do. But that is why here I am playing multiple games. It is literally like a big circus. By that time you understand the joke and start laughing, I already moved on to some other verbal jugglery or brain candy. So naturally you are absorbed in total absorption. Actually, total absorption, totally being absorbed happens during energization. Whether you are there or not, it's my job. I just pull you to that space during the energization so you cannot escape. And you have to vibrate the same frequency as me. That is why people don't know ABCD of life. Just after the 21 energizations, when they go back, it is totally different. Their life is different. I am introducing one.
The brain neuron mirror, activate and process all the observed movement or information of the avatar just by seeing and without the physical act of imitation.
Our entire body, silently and without movement, recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar.
The science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan knows no distance, a phenomenon modern science is just discovering and terms as the quantum tunneling.
Our thoughts per second reduce significantly and we relax into the space beyond thoughts, which is a space of thoughtlessness, becoming mentally at ease in coexisting dimensions beyond duality. We and the divine become one, unconditioned by the parameters of time and space.
So it is the probability of the quantum particle like electron with less kinetic energy to cross over the potential energy of the energy barrier. You can see that in the right side, pictorially it has been represented here. So an electron has both wave and particle nature. So it's a dual in nature. So imagine a scenario that when an electron with the less kinetic energy is approaching a hill, which you can see here in this picture. So will the electron be able to cross over the potential energy with the less potential energy over the peak? Understand, to cross it needs a threshold amount of energy. So electron will require the higher kinetic energy to cross over the potential energy of the hill, or it will roll back. However, as a wave, the electron had the ability to pass through by propagating itself through the hill and go to the other side, which you can see in this bottom picture in the quantum mechanics.
That is the science behind quantum tunneling. It is the same science which is imposed on people who witness the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. This is because our neurons are able to mirror the neurons of the divine immediately. Through quantum tunneling, we are able to travel through the divine energy and mirror the exact same neurons.
The science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Bhagavan Sri Krishna explains about the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. He says, when Krishna once saw his own extraordinary sweetness reflected in a jeweled wall, he was amazed and said, how unprecedented and astonishing is this deep and indescribable sweetness of mine. When I see it, even I become greedy to enjoy the sweetness. Just like the Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it, but I cannot. After due consideration, I find that the only way to release this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the conscious formless expression of the being of Paramashiva, through the Divya Sharira, which is the light body, and manifest as the Nijavatara, which is the physical form, for us to experience Paramashiva.
Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as Nijavatara, physical form, Devi Meenakshi.
Bhagavan Paramashiva expresses through the being of Subramanya and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Bhagavan Muruga.
Bhagavan Paramashiva expresses the being of Arunagiri Yogeshwara and manifests as Nijavatara, physical form, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SDS Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Bhagavan Parandama expresses through the being of Mahavishnu and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Bhagavan Venkateshwara.
The Archavatara deity reflects the consciousness and manifestation of the superconscious energy, but human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from Archavatara directly. And for this, the avatar comes down to bridge the gap and create an experience of the superconscious energy in all of us.
When we have the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of the Nijavatara, manifesting through the various beings and dimensions of Paramashiva, the auspicious components as well as the powerfulness of those domains of Paramashiva are awakened in us.
The dimension of Paramashiva manifesting in the Nijavatara for us to experience the same is Bhava Samadhi Darshan.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the direct experience of causeless bliss. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our being becomes alive and celebrates with the energy wave of existence.
Our very muscles learn to imbibe and radiate Paramashiva. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is like a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand.
Even without much effort from our side, our very bio-memory awakens to the space of Paramashiva, which is the ultimate consciousness, during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan.
To have the glimpse of having darshan of an avatar cleanses the karmas of the lifetime and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Gratitude enables the reflection of consciousness on all levels, physical, psychological, and ultimately the conscious level. The darshan meditation is the preparation that helps us fall into that space of gratitude. And it is during that time when we are in that space of gratitude, we can manifest and drop our conscious resolutions, which are the Satya Sankalpas of anything we want or need in our life. Be ready to reflect the consciousness of Paramashiva. That is all you need to manifest the best for your life and the lives of the people around you.
So you need to have the right context to receive the darshan. The right context is your declaration to Paramashiva. That Paramashiva, I know you are the source of everything. You are everything, and you are in the embodied form of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashiva. You are the source for both. Let me connect with you. Let you reveal yourself to me. Let me be in the Bhava Samadhi of you. So this is the context that you need to hold on to manifest, to have the darshan of Paramashiva.
Now, please take a few minutes to set up for the Please do take a few minutes to set up for the Panchopachara Puja, which is the offering of the 5 sandalwood paste, the flowers, the incense, the lamp, and the food offering. The Panchopachara Puja is an integral part of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. It is through this Panchopachara Puja our being opens up and becomes receptive to receive the energy of Devi Parashakti. Please take a few minutes and go ahead and prepare the Panchopachara Puja. All of these offerings, all of these items will be very much available within your Guru Puja kit itself. So please do take the time and arrange for the Panchopachara Puja.
Nityananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. Now it's time. We're going to be moving into the next segment of today's program. Earlier today, in the beginning segments, we learned about the science of power manifestation, as well as seeing the power manifestation demonstration as well, where Balsant from the Nityananda Rajavidya Gurukul demonstrated the power of reading through the Living Enlightenment book, where devotees, disciples posted page numbers in the YouTube comment section, and Shiv Shankara Maharaj beautifully opened that page and read out paragraphs for us from the Living Enlightenment book. Now, it's time for us, for you to experience the same power of third eye, seeing with the eyes blindfolded, as well as reading the thought currents of another person. We'll be shortly now entering into the power manifestation segment, where you will have the chance to manifest these same powers of the awakened third eye, seeing with the eyes blindfolded, as well as reading the thought currents of another person. Please stay tuned as we enter into this next segment of power manifestation. Thank you, Nityananda.
His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadasham Tattvamasyaadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavaditam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Let's understand science of power manifestation. Science of power manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. It is science because it's repeatable, and each one of us can experience it. So it's called a science, and science is come by the evidences from the scriptures. Shastra Pramana. Pramana means evidences. The eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. The Apta Pramana. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas. All of them have manifested the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Atma Pramana. Account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagavan's very own Leela mapping to Apta Pramana and as per the Shastra Pramana, manifesting all the powers. Shakshi Pramana. Experience of the devotees, disciples, followers all around the world manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given us all the pramanas to understand that each one of us can manifest the power manifestation of Paramashiva. The Pratyaksha Pramana. The Pratyaksha Pramana is a scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Again and again, Bhagavan gives us all the evidences to showcase that each one of us can experience the superconscious breakthrough as human being to superconscious being. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and Agamas. This is from Shiva Samhita 5.7678. This is for the power of Mahima increasing Ashtama Siddhi.
Madhigunaprada Vayussannachadate dehe Rasavriddhirbhavedhruvam Akashapanakajagaltiyu samapibadhate Maranam khadyate tena Sakenapi na khadyate Tasya syat paramasiddhir Animadigunaprada Vayussannachadate dehe Rasavriddhirbhavedhruvam Akashapanakajagaltiyu samapibadhate.
Bhagavan Parameshwar says so beautifully in this sutra, death is eaten by him, he is eaten by none. He manifests the powers of Ashtama Siddhi, Mahima, Lahima, Garima, all the Ashtama Siddhis. The Vayu, the wind energy, moves equally throughout his body. The juice of his body also increases. Rasa Vriddhi, the nectar excluding from the eternal lotus, also increases in him. Bhagavan beautifully says how death is eaten by him. When we are born, our clock starts ticking, and simply we are experiencing the same cycle. We fall into boredom, tiredness, disease, and death. And again we born, and again we go through the same cycle. Bhagavan beautifully says all that we experience is only the constant delusion. When you engage yourself in only delusion, the problem starts. Then we get bored of ourselves. But we are not bored of our sleeping state. Every day we sleep 8 hours. If we are asked to work for 8 hours, we'll be so tired. But if we are asked to sleep 8 hours, we are so happy. Nobody is unhappy if they see the alarm clock ringing at 2 o'clock and they know that they have few more hours to sleep, even if they have slept. The beautiful space of Paramashiva that we reside in unconsciously every day itself is so sweet. If we consciously get into that space, how beautiful it would be. Bhagavan beautifully says the thoughts per second drops to zero. Only consciously you go into it. Even unconsciousness going into deep sleep, it's not thoughts are zero, but it is more of a blank state where you don't experience anything. You know you exist, that's all. But something beyond exist, that blank state, exists as the complete bliss, auspiciousness. We can experience all these by manifesting all these powers. Each of the power manifests through us, removing some block and manifesting as a auspiciousness. Ashtama Siddhi literally clears all the abundant patterns where we are stuck. Like, for example, Bhagavan says, we are stuck with any incompletion or enmity or loan. Even as little we keep it, it'll burn the whole thing. Like fire. Even if you have one small fire burning in some corner, it'll burn the whole house down. Same way, how the fire does, the loan does, the enmity does, and the incompletion. The incompletion that we hold is the reason why we are not able to manifest all the abundance, not just the currency, but all the abundance, the wealth, the people, the resources, the whatever we want as our reality gets blocked. And that wealth, Bhagavan calls it 16th wealth, that is being manifested for each one of us in our reality. Because of these incompletion and doing all these power manifestation, each power clears one of the aspects of our dimension and makes us manifest all the auspiciousness. Here he beautifully says, death is eaten by him, he is eaten by none. So beautifully, Bhagavan beautifully says how Arjuna never slept. He was Kutakesha. Jnana Sambandar, once he had the milk from Devi, he was always a Nirahara. He never opened his mouth for any other except sing the praise of Shiva. The space they all lived in was higher states of consciousness, which is possible. Again and again, we are reminded about that. Even Lakshmana never slept. Takesha. Jnana Sambandar, once he had the milk from Devi, he was always a Nirahara. He never opened his mouth for any other except sing the praise of Shiva. The space they all lived in was higher states of consciousness, which is possible. Again and again, we are reminded about that. Even Lakshmana never slept for 14 years. He was a Kutakesha. All these references again and again tell us that me and you can manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. That is the most beautiful space. And manifesting, what happens? We do not have this death and birth cycle. We become the superconsciousness where we exist forever, and we realize that we exist forever as enlightened beings, Jiva Muktis. And that is possible for each one of us when we start understanding there is something more than the mind and the body. Will it solve my problems in my house, in my job? Much more it can do. Janaka was an emperor. Krishna was an emperor. And he was the greatest happening. Parasurama and Rama, all of them were enlightened beings as emperors, Pandya kings. So many of the kings were all enlightened beings, ruling the world, ruling the kingdoms as an emperor, not just an ordinary king. They were existing, not just doing the job, but much beyond. Sukha Brahma asked Janaka, how did you run a kingdom when you're an enlightened master? He says, how you do a begging bowl on the street, just the same way. Anything as our very own being to manifest, we can manifest untouched by what we need to do and what we are. If we understand the higher reality, how we have to exist, we'll exist as an emperor, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva in the deep gratitude and oneness with Paramashiva. That is what he says. Death is eaten by him. He is eaten by none. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nanamas, Alvars, Siddhas. All of them have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva. This is a Vindhya mountain. Vindhya mountain started growing so tall and it was blocking Surya on the way, and Surya was not able to function. So Surya takes the help of Agastya, and Agastya Maharishi comes and tells Vindhya not to grow any further, so that when he comes back, till he comes back, and Agastya never came back. But with simple integrity and simple obedience, the Vindhya mountain just stayed the same way for listening to the master. It's so beautiful that Sabari, one who was waiting for Rama, and how did that happen? She waited and waited till Rama came to the Madangi ashram and received all the prasada all the Nevedyam that she offered and gave her the prasada. How did it happen? Madangi Rishi was a great Rishi where he blessed Sabari as a small girl. When she was a small girl, he blessed her that Rama will come and bless her, and then she'll get liberated. And then the master leaves her when she was very, very young, and she takes care of the ashram, Madangi ashram, and the message was told to her when Rama was not even born. That was the greatest surprise. Rama was not even born, and every single day, as a young woman, to the old lady, she was just going and seeing whether Rama is coming with Lakshmana, Hanuman, and Sita. All of them are coming. Sorry, Lakshmana and Sita, no Hanuman. So every day she waited and waited. Literally, the whole village made fun of her, that even the grandfather used to tell that Rama will come, but nobody comes. And every day she packs the whole thing and goes back. But one day Rama did come and take her Nevedyam, and she offered not just with her hands, but eating it half and giving the sweet ones to Rama to that extent. And Rama accepted that completely in such a joy. And after treating the Rama, and she was so happy that whatever her guru was saying and how her guru lived those few years with her, all that she told Rama. She was not praising Rama, but was telling about the guru to Rama. And then she was completely liberated, and Rama just witnessed her liberation. The whole science is simple integrity, simple obedience to the Guru. How these people had such a space that they could move, whether it is Agastya or Vindhya mountain or Sabari. They had such a simple integrity and simple obedience to the Guru that they manifested huge powers of Paramashiva. Let's hear from Bhagavan how he says about the Kalpatru darshans, how each one of us are a Kalpatru who can manifest our reality.
Building like St. Louis or
Guru, that they manifested huge powers of Paramashiva. Let's hear from Bhagavan how he says about the Kalpatru darshans, how each one of us are a Kalpatru who can manifest our reality.
Building like St. Louis or Los Angeles or Bidadi, wherever, the presence that functions, that presence that radiates, the presence that lives through. Understand? The presence you carry is Kalpataru. The presence you create in you, the space you create in you is Kalpataru. Sometimes I wonder, and I just look around. the banks of Ganga and banks of Kaveri and banks of New York River. Sometimes I wonder, in the banks of Ganga, banks of Yamuna, Kaveri, Narmada, and the foothills of Arunachala, Himalayas, everywhere, in so many places, all over the world. How the same science is so useful to every human being from every background. Whether it's a Western teenage boy having a problem with his girlfriend in New Zealand, or an American teenage girl having problem with a smoking pot addiction in California, or village youth addicted to country arak in Aminji Karai, or middle-aged man addicted to violence and aggression in the remote corners of Madurai. Anybody having any problem anywhere in the world, how can this one science be a solution? Because it is solving. I am seeing. For example, today, the Kalpatar Darshan for the people in the Pattanam Ashram, one of the remote villages in Tamil Nadu, and the woman Sivagangai in the Middle East. Woman and Pattanam. People from completely different background. But both of them are going to do the same process. And the process works both for both of them. Works for both the group. Few days before we had a Kalpataru for a group in Singapore and group in Mexico. And for both the team, every participant in both the group feels precisely it is for them and it is working for them. How is it possible? Sometimes I wonder. How is it possible? Understand, sometimes I wonder how the same science is working for a person who has a problem in Guadalupe to Kanchipuram, Phoenix to Piranmalai. Whether you are a tired, retired, old lady almost waiting to die or about to die, or a young, energetic, excited man who is waiting to enter into life, carry that consciousness. You are embodiment of that consciousness. You carry that.
Such a beautiful space that Bhagavan is explaining how each one of us carry the consciousness and we can manifest our reality, holding that as our primary, how we need to function. Instead of only feeling that we are body and the mind, even that Bhagavan says only 5% we are focused on the body and 5% on the mind. Even that we are not very stable. We are having random thoughts and random behaviors. And if we understand there is something more than that which we can experience as Paramashiva, that is who we are. Again and again, aligning to the higher reality, we'll start experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva. Let's go to the, before we go to the starting the guidelines, I would like to show the Shakshi Pramana, how they manifested the power of increasing the height of an object. This is beautifully the increasing of the object, how they place the object on a sheet of paper, and they have clearly shown how it has increased. This is the Shakshi Pramana from a devotee, showcasing that how the object, this is a small object, that has increased the height and the width of the object, that you can see in two colors she has marked, and she has measured the object. Now also we would like to show you the how these Rudras, the Balasans, have manifested the power of increasing the weight, carrying the weight 3 times their weight, which is usually done only after completely them going through the training. And here this Rudra, he just through his third eye, without any experience, his weight is 54. They measured on the scale here, and now he's going to carry 3 times his weight.
I haven't lifted in over 3 years, so I'll let him take the.
So that's great. Srinivasa Maharaj, you can come up in the front. You can see Srinivasa Maharaj is getting into the position. As you can see, Srinivasa Maharaj has lifted.
I don't mean to be a stickler for form and all this, but when it comes to training, form is everything. You're going to get much more power if you have like exact form. And I can say his form was not correct, but it didn't matter. That's what's shocking, is that you were able to somehow muster the strength without having the correct base.
And Srinivasan Maharaj is just 54 kgs, and he has lifted over 115 kgs just like that without any effort.
That was just possible, just in the power of oneness with Paramashiva. All this is possible for all of us, is what Bhagavan repeatedly says. When you understand you are Paramashiva, who is manifesting as your identities, as different things that you are assuming to be. Now let's go to the instruction from Bhagavan to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. You can either measure your height, or you want to increase somebody's height, you can measure that, or an object's height. You can trace the object and keep it and chant and again trace it back to see how it has grown from the original length and breadth. And clearly you can do it twice so that you don't have any of a inhibition, doubt. Is it possible for me? Is it available for me? These things, everything Bhagavan says, whoever comes to my Kailash courtyard, I will manifest through them. The temple does not say, oh, this is the first time you're visiting, I'll give you only some boons. No, it just showers. If you go to the temple or any of the samadhi's place where it is, the whole space is radiating like much powerful than Bhagavan says nuclear power, such a grand space is available. Just sitting in that, your thoughts just become zero. You are in oneness space. That is why all the temples and all these great Jiva Samadhi are the ultimate place. And Bhagavan says, I myself is sitting in the Kailash courtyard. Anybody coming here, I will manifest through them. That's given is how the Balasans, he doesn't come to the Gurukul and initiate each kids. Never. He just says, okay, my Gurukul kids, today is the power of materialization. Go ahead and manifest. That's all. And each and every child manifest all the powers. The oneness that you have manifest as reality. That is what Bhagavan says. He is available. He is pouring in us. Parashakti comes in such beautiful forms and just showers the boon. Go to each and every one, meticulously sitting and taking care of each one's personal life and raising yourself much beyond that also, and showering the boons and clearing all your karmas. How a mother meticulously, dedicatedly, micromanaging everything and manifesting your life the same way Devi is doing in a global level. It's such a amazing moments to see Devi in that space. Bring that as Shaktipada inside you, nothing else. All your life, your problem, your things to be solved, then you bring the Paramashiva space in you, everything will be solved. Like a old dungeon which is not lit for thousands of years, one lamp, 1 minute is enough to light the whole place up. Same way, bring Paramashiva, that who you are, the original space of you. You're sitting as 25 heads with 75 eyes and 50 hands, just as Parashakti manifesting all the reality. Hold that cognition for a few minutes and see what happens in your life. All the auspiciousness just starts showering. Do not have to check every minute whether it has increased. Just stay in the space of Paramashiva and see what prasada you receive. Do not have to check on Paramashiva. He is much more intelligent. If you know him, how much he knows you. He is the one who's making you understand to know yourself. So let's be in the oneness with Paramashiva. Again and again, be in the space of manifesting only Paramashiva, chanting the Mahavakya in just such a sweet space of how you feel with your mother singing your family song. Just like that, how you feel so connected when you chant the Mahavakya again and again, remembering Devi's smile, Devi's gesture, Devi's laughs, and Devi's smile. All of them, and Devi's looks most importantly. Just be there and chant the Mahavakya, sit straight for a few minutes and see what Devi is going to show you. Let's start chanting globally. This is such a beautiful space. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya now.
Of our manifestation. Now let's
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up.